How's it, everyone? Welcome back to another episode on my YouTube channel. So before I get started, I just want to thank everyone for the week that I have on YouTube. I had a lot of new subscribers to the channel, which I am thankful for, and I hope that the channel can grow like this going forward and become a community within a few months. I've got another announcement to make for this week. So I want to donate every penny that I make from YouTube. I want to donate back into animal charities. If you know of any charities that you feel are worthy, please let me know. I know that the Donkey Sanctuary, obviously this is now in South Africa, is doing good work, and I would like to support an organization like that. I will then also, from my side, for every penny that is gained from YouTube, I will then match that from my own company as well. So let's get into this week's episode. So, this episode is about me. Yay! So, where did I start biking? So, in my family, bikes were fairly common. My dad used to have BMW touring bikes. We used to go out as a family when I was much younger. I'm talking about 3 or 4 years old. From a small age, I loved bikes. My mum tells me that when we go out for these rides back in the days, I would fall asleep on the bike. So that is how comfortable I am on a bike. So yes, my dad passed away when I was 8 years old. My older brother still had bikes in the family, but he only had super bikes, which is not something that a small kid could use. I only started biking myself when I was 13. I remember my mum buying me 1999 KTM 125 SX. It actually came out later that the bike that I bought from Pro Action, that is basically the KTM South Africa, was the old bike of Grant Lanston, which was a world champion a few years ago. I actually think he was the 99 world motocross champion. So that was his old bike, so that was quite nice, and that's where my passion for motocross started. So I did some enduro and I did some motocross. My mum bought me, she replaced the 99 model in 2002 with a KTM 125 SX 2003 model. I then started my racing career in 2003. Did motocross regionals. Did that for 2 years. Had a bad accident in 2004 where I broke both my wrists. I then went to TM. I know TM is not a very familiar brand for people, but it's almost like a KTM and a Husqvarna combined. So there was no backup. I went back to a KTM. I still had my 2003 model, which I went back to. Then I matriculated, so I put the motocross racing to one side. I then started my own company, where I also then bought I think it was a 2007 250 SX, which I used for fun rides. Didn't get to that much because of the new venture that I've started. Once the company was up and running, I sold the 250 SX. I then bought the 690 Duke, which was not a nice bike on that stage because it's a single, it's a naked. But yeah, for my first road bike, it was a good learning curve and a stepping stone. I had that for a while. I then bought the 2013 Kawasaki ZX-10R without ABS. That was one of the most amazing bikes that I had on that stage as well. It had a lot of power. It had the electronic steering damper. It was also just like a full black, like my RR currently. I love that bike. Then things happened in the company, and I lost everything, including the bike. I had the bike for a year. I had like 26,000 kilometers on the clock, so I used the bike a lot. I loved it. If I had the option of keeping that, I think I was up to today I would still have that bike. But yeah, unfortunately things didn't work out that way. I then started my career over. I then had bought myself a 2011 300 EXC, which I did some hard enduro with for a while. But because I wasn't financially stable, I didn't have transport for it, and I couldn't maintain it the way that I wanted to. So I had to let that go again. Then I started working on my career, got my degree, worked my way up in the rankings. As you all know, I'm an insurance broker, a short-term insurance broker. And things have turned around for me quite well in the last 2 years. So yes, and this is where I am now with my 2023 BMW S1000RR, and what like I say, what a bike again. I've been putting up a lot of mileage on it, and I'm loving every second of it. So yeah, why do I do biking? Everyone tells you it's dangerous. You know, there's always a chance that you could leave loved ones behind. But you know, I feel that currently that is what keeps me sane, and that's what keeps me motivated in life as well. So it's not just something that I enjoy doing, but it takes me away from day-to-day stress and, you know, thoughts running away on work and issues that you have in your life. I feel that's a place where I can get on. And if you look at the road that I'm traveling on, you know, you take these roads and it's mountains, and you see things differently than in a car. I always say, in a car you travel from A to B. There's no feel to it, there's no freedom, there's no nothing. Where with a bike, it's a journey. It's not just getting you from A to B. You know, you feel one with the machine. Your body controls the bike. It's not where you sit in a car and you have to do things that move the car. You actually have to use your body, and you have to move in sequence with the bike. So that's something that if you don't know this, and if you've never ridden a bike, you don't know these things. And you can't explain to someone that has never ridden a bike how it is to bike. And there's a lot of stigma around bikes, and you know, especially the type of breed that I am with bikes, you always feel that, you know, you have to always gun it to feel the power and to feel in control. You can't just get onto the bike and just enjoy the journey as you go. Like here you can see I'm wheeling, which, you know, I almost want to say society pushes you to do these things, and that's not what biking is really about. Biking is for you to enjoy and stay safe. You know, on this journey that you guys are seeing in the background, that is, you know, I had like 5 or 6 people telling me do wheelies, or, you know, ref it or stuff like that, where with a car you'll never get these things. So people provoke you in doing things that you are not comfortable with, and that's where you actually get hurt. So, you know, when you buy a bike and you do biking for you, not to entertain people or to show people that how good you are on a bike, because that's where things go wrong. You should always stay in your comfort zone, whether that's doing 80 kilometers on a highway, or whether that's doing 200 kilometers on a highway. We all have different skill levels, and we should respect that and respect each other on the road, and when we ride together. I mean, our riding group consists of various people, and all of them have different ways of riding, and you have to respect that. You can't push someone to do the things that you do because you feel it's manly. Okay, so for the next episode I will be chatting more about the route that I've done, giving you a bit more details on what's on the route, nice things to see on the route, and just like interesting information about the area and what's happening to the area as well. There is something that actually came into them, so that's something that I will collaborate on my next video. And then so yeah, I know that you guys have noted and said to me that I need to keep my videos shorter, so I'm going to end it here. I just want to thank you all again for the support. I'm really enjoying this journey. I'm really enjoying and putting content out there for you guys. Please stay safe. Please support the channel. Like I said, I will be donating to an animal charity as soon as this channel makes money. Please support this cause. I will be bringing out part 3 within the next 3 or 4 days, just for this video, basically to get more views. And then I'll see you on the next video, on the next episode.